Hello, this is Tim Law with Playing It Forward Coaching, always encouraging your self-reliance. If you develop a marketable skill, chase that skill with a solid work ethic, develop some people and communication skill, always go the extra mile. You'll be amazed what you can accomplish in this country. A big thank you to over 560 people that have subscribed to this channel, Playing It Forward Coaching on YouTube. If you haven't already, please do so. I'd super appreciate it. Got an outstanding couple here that are doing some amazing things with teenagers as far as their life cycle, teamwork and group and everything. So Lee and Marcie, welcome, and tell us about how this whole program got started and how it's going.
Thanks. I'm Lee. This is Marcie. We got started in 2014, but the story really starts in 2009. Marcie has a cousin named Dee. She lives in Manchester, teaches at Northeastern High School, and in 2008, her husband of a couple decades died unexpectedly at age 51, leaving her with 7 children. 2 of them, Sasha and Zhenya, joined me for a 30-day long bicycle ride in Montana and Wyoming, where Marcie and I had been stationed in the Air Force a number of years earlier. We knew the area. The 3 of us we knew could use some guide time together, and we went out there and really explored the highways and the mountains and the valleys and the national parks. And during that time, it occurred to me there are a lot of people who could benefit from something like this. I just wonder if the opportunity will ever present itself. In 2014, it did, and we stepped out in faith and started Lifecycles as a 501c3 nonprofit. To try to reach boys and girls in a bicycle touring adventure setting.
Well, that's fantastic. And why the term life cycles? I think it's a great name. I love it.
I was in the car one time trying to figure out how we might frame this, and the name Life Cycles just came to me. You know, bicycling, life, cycles of life, different seasons, and it stuck. And we figured out we could build a story of a vision around that.
No, that's wonderful. And then you have a mission. What is the mission as far as the life cycles is concerned?
The bottom line mission is building young men and women of character. We added women to the program in 2019. We had a female leader step forward and say that she would like to start a girls team. So we've had boys and girls teams since that time. And the goal is to help develop their character through physical exercise, spiritual development, mentoring, and growth.
No, that's wonderful. And as far as this, you have a philosophy as far as do hard things. And what does that entail?
You know, we read a book a number of years ago called Do Hard Things by 2 teenagers, Brett and Alex Harris. That must be a 27-year-old book by now, and they're still doing their thing with that challenge to teenagers to not settle for mediocrity, but to dare themselves to dream big and go for it. And we found out that the boys and the girls and the adult leaders all respond well to this notion of reaching for more, challenging ourselves to grow. We want the boys and girls to understand you're capable of so much more than you ever imagined. And the only way to find out is to dare yourself to go do it. And that do hard things thing can mean different things to different people. It can mean a strong, long ride on a Saturday afternoon. It can mean taking on one of the steeper hills in Lancaster County, where we have a challenge ride to earn a t-shirt going up this very, very steep hill. It can mean completing your algebra courses. We've all got different challenges, and we're going to have challenges all through our lives. So we try to meet people where they are, see what they're doing, and invite them to dare themselves to do hard things. It just can look different for each person, and so each person's experience is unique.
Sure. And years ago, I heard a great line that I really like and tried to use it as far as my philosophy of life. And that is from a guy named Brian Tracy, a personal development gentleman. And it was, never wish for things to be easier, always work to make yourself stronger, physically, mentally, emotionally. Because as you've already said, we really don't have much control what life throws at us, but we do have control of strengthening ourselves in those areas, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. So I absolutely applaud the idea of do hard things. How about some of the ways that you see the teens that are actually growing? You start to say that as far as a little bit with, within school or whatever, but some of the ways you see them growing.
Again, it can look different for each person, but physically, we've got boys and girls responding to the bicycling and the curriculum growth. They complete the curriculum, they complete a certain number of miles and years in the program, and they earn a jersey, and we celebrate that. We celebrate the miles with bumper stickers at 100, 250, 500 miles, 1,000 miles, and every 1,000 after that. We've got girls and boys who've passed 2,000 miles of bicycling. A
Wow.
couple of boys are knocking on the door of 10,000 miles. We've had, we have a model for the program that would, in some ways, is a little bit of analogous to, say, wrestling or a baseball training program in high school. We meet on weeknights, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. The girls are on Monday night, the boys are on Tuesdays through Thursdays in different teams. Saturdays, we take the training we've done on weeknights and we continue to grow by riding a half a day on Saturdays around York, Lancaster, Lebanon, and Adams counties.
Mhm.
And then for those who are physically and socially ready to be away for a week, we take them on a summer challenge ride for a week. We have bicycled from central Pennsylvania to Niagara Falls, from
Wow.
Pittsburgh to DC on the Great Allegheny Passage, from Niagara Falls to the coast of Maine. We've bicycled in the White Mountains of Vermont and in the Adirondack Mountains of New York, all of these between 2015 and now. And last summer, 8 people bicycled across the country, 6,700 miles in 63 days.
Wow.
Just crazy, doing hard things, challenging themselves, and certainly growing. We see one of the outcomes, Tim, that really gets us excited. The kids matriculate out of the program at age 18 and they go into direct employment or college or the armed forces or trade school. We have attended 2 of these kids' marriages. It's just really a blessing to watch the growth in so many different ways.
Yeah, well, it's certainly phenomenal. You answered my question about, long trips. I think you qualified as far as the long trips are concerned, without a doubt. Because if you're going to go across the country or even going from here to Niagara Falls, that's a pretty good shot. Now, is this open to all teens?
It is open to ages 12 to 18.
Okay.
So we have the age limits,
Yeah.
but it is open to everyone who shows up.
Mhm.
Everything that we do is free. We provide meals at every time we're together, they get fed,
Mhm.
whether that's the evening rides, the Saturday, or the challenge rides. There's no entry barriers. There's no tryouts. If they show up, we believe that the Lord has ordained that appointment and we meet them where they are.
Oh, that's wonderful. And what are some of your wins? Obviously, them going some of those distances are amazing, but other wins that you may be able to share here.
We have had several teams on the autism spectrum. We have been able to make a ride. Specific leaders will sometimes choose to ride with them because they have an affinity for that boy
Mhm.
or girl, and they are able to meet them where they are and help them succeed in riding 10 miles on the Marietta Rail Trail,
Mhm.
earning their first bumper sticker. And so that's some of the challenges that we've helped teens to meet.
Mhm.
Other ones are, well, when we first started, we thought that this would be more of an urban ministry, but we realized over the years that social challenges and issues, fatherlessness, don't have a zip code.
Right.
Boys in the city, boys in the country, boys in small towns, girls in all of these situations, they all need another grown-up to speak into their life who is encouraging, kind, and it will love on them.
Mhm.
Hey, Tim, check this out. This year, a blind boy began riding with us on a tandem bicycle with one of our leaders.
Oh,
So,
wow. That's
you know,
fantastic.
whatever comes our way, we think it's our job to say yes and try to serve that child. And it's just been a real blast.
Oh, that's wonderful. And we talked about a little earlier regarding, off mic, having to do with the, the kicking off the endorphins, getting along well with others, accomplishing things, all these things. And I can't help but think that you're absolutely doing some great things to overcome, potential mental illness, because of, the activity, getting involved, getting those endorphins going and that type of thing. It certainly sounds like you're doing a great thing, in that particular direction. Would that be accurate?
Yes, yes. One of the main things that we do is that teens who come to our program, our ministry, are unplugged.
Mhm.
There are no earbuds, there's no phone, there's communication and interaction with multi-generational mentoring. We have leaders from age 20 up through their late 70s, and each of these leaders has a unique life vantage to pour into the teens. One of the things is longevity. You're going to make it. Keep putting one foot in front of the other. Keep trying, do your best. The Lord is going to reward your efforts and help you.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, and as far as the life cycles model, how would you further explain that?
Well, it's positive and encouraging. We talk with the leaders when I'm bringing on new leaders, and we have 75 leaders for the 130 teams that are in the program this year. And I just say, what we do now, what we do here is meet the teens where they're at, find out what they're doing well, and build on that. They get talked at enough. They get reminded of what their shortcomings are enough. We don't need to do that. And I'll say, just for a little bit of a chuckle, but also to make the point, this is not the place to get in touch with your inner drill instructor. We're not tearing people down so that we can build them back up. We're starting at a different place, working with kids that we love, we want to encourage, and just trust the Lord to work through those relationships.
Mhm. Oh, that's wonderful. And how about reaching teens in an unexpected way? What are some of the things that you've done there?
One of the first years that we were riding, we had several boys come who didn't ride a bike. And that wasn't something because we chose bicycling.
Yeah, Marcie, you're breaking up just a little bit there. Could you start that again, please?
Sure, sure. One of the first few years that we were riding, we had some boys show up who didn't know how to ride a bike. And so we had the opportunity to teach them, and the joy on their face once they learned was a delight. If you can ride a bike and have that form of exercise in your life, you can ride a bike through decades and decades of your life. So we love the fact that we can help them learn a skill if they don't already have it, and then go on to use that skill for the rest of their life.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Tim,
Wonderful.
there was another unexpected
Yeah,
aspect of this.
please.
About three years into the program, Marcie and I realized we were starting to hear a recurring comment from parents, and it went
Mhm.
something like this, and we still hear it. Probably from about a third of the parents. This is the first thing that has stuck with my child.
Mhm.
They tried this sport or that sport and it just didn't take. They weren't interested for one reason or another. But bicycling and the chemistry of life cycles, there's something about it that has my son or my daughter coming home saying, I can't wait to go back. And you can imagine that's the most joyful thing that we get to hear is
Sure.
that people are excited to come back. But that was an unexpected positive aspect of this, just recognizing that this is filling a need that we didn't know existed or that kids would be responding so well to, and parents are so pleased.
Yeah. Well, that's super. So I mean, it's win-win-win all the way around for sure. And can you two hang? This has been wonderful. Can you two hang for a minute or two after we get finished here?
Love
Yes,
to.
sir.
Fantastic, fantastic. Okay, well, thank you so much. I super appreciate this. Was incredible.
Thank you, Tim.